Okay, legends, welcome back to the channel with another Overlord, Lord of Nazarick video. And first of all, I just want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year for everybody. I hope last night was a great night for you for the new year. And we are on the first day of the 2025, which is absolutely fantastic. And I hope everybody have a wonderful year. Now, on this video, we'll be talking about the new character that dropped, which is Shasuryu, which is the new character, which is a tank character, also same as the Lizard, but he's an SR character, and we'll be making a new tier list soon, and I'll be explaining everybody and putting them in their respective rankings. Absolutely a wonderful new unit that you can also obtain. He's not a must build or you need to go and summon to get him maxed. You can wait for him and absolutely gradually build him in the end. He has low attack, he has low speed, he's good on magical defense, normal defense, and HP, and he's a mini albedo if you want to talk about it or describe it in that way because of his taunting mechanics. And he has a high crit damage, as we see at the start, as any characters that they introduce to the game. So we're gonna talk about his passive first of all, and it's Temptation. So grants 25% fixed chance to inflict taunt on the target during the attack for 1 round. Any attack that he attacks on a single target, there's a 25% chance for him to inflict taunt, and it goes up to 40%. And on level 5, you're gonna grant 40% fixed chance to inflict taunt on the target during the attack and reduce the damage taken by 15% when attacked by an enemy inflicted with taunt. So anybody who's taunted and attack him, they will be absolutely reducing their damages by 15%. It's not the hugest one or the biggest one, but it's really good actually to mitigate damage against him. So taunt, a debuff that forces the target to use basic attacks on the counter. After removal, the target gains 1 calm for 1 round, making them immune to taunt. So if you taunt them 1 round, the next round you can't taunt them actually after that. If the target is a boss, it will not only influence who the boss targets. So you can't taunt actually a boss. If I understood perfectly, you can taunt a boss, but he will continually be taunted or something like that. I don't know. I need to test it. I didn't test anything with him yet. I'm gonna go and test him actually versus bossing and everything else because I had a copy from him when we summoned. His first skill. So swings and slashes a broadsword at the single target enemy, deals damage equal to 50% of attack and 50% of defense. That tells you that he needs to be built on defense, not on max HP. His max defense will help him a lot to survive and deal damage, and it goes up to 70% of defense, the additional damage that he does. Basic skill, and this one, the skill, you will tell me like it does not do anything special. It's with his passive because it's an attack. It has 25% up to 40% chance to inflict taunt with any attack that he does. His second skill, Fearless Charge, shouts a battle cry and gains a high tier defense boost for 2 rounds, charges towards the target and launches an attack, dealing damage equal to 58% of attack and 58% of defense. This is why we built him on defense. It's a buff one which gives shields as well. We're going to talk about it. At 5 stars, he will gain a higher tier defense boost because he doesn't gain it whenever he's doing the attack. So he will gain the shield when you get him to level 2, and it will go reduce his cooldown to -1 and increases the damages to 70% and 70% of attack. So when you level his skill up by normal, if you have him at 2 stars, 3 stars, or 4 stars, he will gain a shield equal to 90% of his defense. It means building him on defense gets you a better shield, but he will never get the higher defense boost unless you get him to 5 star. The higher defense boost give you a 40% defense increase by his normal defense. So the total defense of him, 40% will be added to him, which will make him a little bit tankier. He's a good tank unit, actually very solid versus taking damage, but this is a high tier defense boost, not magical defense boost. I don't know if it works on magical and physical. Also, I need to test that because we didn't see anything that says magical defense boost or higher magical defense boost yet, but maybe we'll get it in the game in the future. But this one shows you that he takes a little bit less damage, which is really good. Now, his ultimate, Roar and Slash, deals damage equal to 50% of attack and 50% of his defense again. It's also single target also. So his second skill, ultimate, and his first skill all have a fixed 40% chance to inflict taunt. So, but this one grants 100% basic chance to inflict taunt on the target for 1 round. So the higher you have EP, it goes even more, and you can go and taunt them inevitably. 1 character actually, which is your enemy, which you inflict taunt by his ultimate 100%, and his other skills will inflict taunt, but it's a 40% fixed chance. It grants shield equal to 90% of defense to the ally with the lowest HP after using the skill, so he protects another unit on the lineup with 90% of his maximum defense as a shield, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, at 4 stars, grants a shield that is equal 100% of effectiveness to the ally with the lowest HP and 75% to all the other allies. It means he does give everybody the shield. Also himself, he will gain the shield as well. 75% of his defense and 100% for the main unit that is low on HP. At 6 stars, he will give 120% for the unit with the lowest HP and 90% for everybody on the lineup, including himself. Absolutely huge. This will help you a lot. This is an AoE shielder that we lack a lot because we have Albedo at 6 stars that will give you AoE shields, and we have the PDL shield, which is the huge one in front of everybody, but he gives only himself a shield. And we have also who we have that gives shields as well. We have Nigun that gives shields to a unit, a specific unit with the lowest HP. And we have Kokaitis maybe gives a little bit of shields. But this is the problem, that we don't have somebody that gives everybody shields on the lineup. This one gives it. I know it's not a major thing, that it's a game changer, but he's really a solid tank if you want to build him. If you started the game right now and you want that unit to protect you and give you shields and keep taunting the units and play a cheesy play with it, especially if you prepare it up with speed turn meter rotations, like you start with the ultimate, then you go with Pistonia, give him turn meter, he uses his second skill, he can taunt up to units in the same round. It grants a shield equal to 100% of defense to the ally with the lowest HP at level 3, and it goes up to 120% of defense to the lowest HP unit, which is really good. Totally overall a good unit. I would put him on the tier list something between high B, low C, maybe high B, low A if we can talk, because he's really good as a tank. I would prioritize him especially for PvE content. For PvP, absolutely useless, trash, garbage unit. Never use him. Just put him as a collection wise. PvP, he does nothing. He's useless. Even with his skills, if you want to say taunt, there's a 40% fixed chance. You can't increase it with ER or with EP. So it's a coin flip. And if he doesn't taunt, you absolutely do not do anything. And he's useless with his shields up, because there's buff block, because there's many things that removes shields. It's really not a PvP unit. You can play him with a counter team, I would say, but why add him instead of adding any other better tanks? That's what I would say. For PvE content, absolutely fantastic, really good, helps a lot. He will give shields, he will sustain, he will go and taunt, and give you a little bit of a cheesy mechanic. Now, his Arclight, until death. When HP drops to 50% of max HP for the first time, gains a shield equal to 100% of defense, and it goes up to 200% of the fix of his defense, which is really huge. And he gets defense by his own and HP if you max it out. And the general effect grants 60% fixed chance to recover 7% HP. We don't care about it. We only want to play it on him, because when he loses 50% of his HP, he gains a massive shield, which will keep him surviving and will help him a lot. Now, what are you gonna play on him? What are the best relics to play on Shasuryu or Shasuryu, this is his name, I always confuse. His family name is Shasha, let's say Shasha, because he and Zaryusu also are familiar. He's the brother of Zaryusu. So if we're gonna go to the exchange and check the gears, you can play absolutely on him this one. The buy-in set, or the Sterling set as we call it in this game. Apply 5% defense boost, goes to 7.5 for him and for the entire team, which is really huge, and it gives him 15% defense boost as well. So you're talking about 22.5 defense boost for himself on the lineup. It means bigger shields and bigger survivability and sustainability. Also, another set that you would like to play on him, which is this one, which reduces the damage taken by 10% when taking any damage. This also one of the best sets for him. It mitigates 18% of the damage that he takes from the first hit, plus it gives him 15% of defense. These are the best sets for him. Of course, the Red Dragon set, you can play it on any tank in the lineup, anybody that takes damage on the lineup, because it has a cooldown of, or reduction of a cooldown by 20%. There's a 20% chance for you to reduce a cooldown of one skill on your lineup, which is very low. I would highly play it on units that actually needs it, such as PDL, such as Valkyrie Shaltir. But for him, I would play these two sets. These are the best sets for him, and you can play it with that. The best lineup so far for him to play at is the Icy Kokaitis team. Him, Icy Kokaitis, and play damage dealers, because he will go and taunt them, and they will be forced to hit him, and he will gain these shields. Plus, especially if you have the Arclight, he will gain more shields. From Icy Kokaitis will gain more shields, and he will delay the actions of your opponents because of his taunts. But again, he's low on speed, so you need maybe to play him on speed and defense. This is the best way to play him at, and a little bit of EP, so he will increases his ultimate taunt, but nothing as EP wise can increase his taunts by his passive, because it's a fixed chance at 40%. EP and ER does not counter it or inflict anything towards it. And yeah, that was it for the video. I'll be seeing you in the next one.